Historically, energy storage has played a minor role in the operation of the U.S. power grid, but that could change with the Environmental Protection Agency's proposal to cut 30% of carbon emissions from existing power plants by 2030. The rule may force greater reliance on renewables, prompting some to say we're on the cusp of a rapidly accelerating market for new storage technologies. And one of those making that case is Peter Thomas, Chief Strategic Officer for the Italian company FIAM. Peter, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Chris.
You know, progress on large-scale storage of electricity has lagged other technologies for years. What can you point to that suggests that electricity storage is on the cusp of a breakout?
Well, I think first of all, here within the U.S., in California, they have recently adopted a minimum procurement standard of 1.3 gigawatts of storage. So much like we have in 29 states renewable portfolio standards that create a minimum for solar and wind, we now have a minimum in one of our largest states for energy storage. On a global basis, you're seeing transmission companies in Italy and France and Spain also rapidly deploying, and you're seeing microgrids on various islands where they don't have reliable power using energy storage as a generation asset.
You mentioned California. Your company sees the U.S. as a major emerging market. Why is that? And can you point to certain regions that are particularly attractive?
Yes, well, I think in addition to California, the state of New York and Texas also have storage activity. And the reason is we have here in the U.S. we have about 1,000 fossil fuel plants that are aging. They're the average age is over 40 years of those, and so as a way to replace that fossil generation is with energy storage, and so we see that as a very important trigger. In addition to that, as more renewables come on, as they meet these renewable portfolio standards, smoothing these peaks because the wind doesn't always blow, the sun doesn't always shine, storage smooths out and allows you to not only smooth but shift when you use this.
So what does the EPA rule on emissions, the new rule just this week, and its emphasis on renewables, what does that mean for your company and for the storage market in general?
Well, storage is commercially viable today, and for us there should be an acceleration of deployments in order to meet the goals that the states are now encouraged to set to comply with this new regulation. And so with renewables, storage is often called the holy grail of clean energy. And so we see that with renewables, you will deploy storage. And so we're looking at parity among assets for the first time, and so that's why we're excited about this marketplace.
There was a recent announcement by Tesla, the electric car company, that it wants to get into the storage business. I'm curious how you view that. Does that validate your business strategy, or does it make you worry that you've got this strong new competitor in the pool?
No, we actually think it's good that JB and Elon are talking about gigawatts of storage. I mean, so what they're talking about is really pointing out the fact that energy storage can really scale from a battery perspective, from a marketplace perspective, faster than the deployment of batteries in electric cars. And so that's why they're interested in, I think, their announcement said that maybe 15 to 30% of their capacity would be for stationary storage. And so we kind of have an inverse model at FIAM where we have batteries that aren't the fast batteries that are ones that are used for a Tesla type of car. So we have our batteries are used in the first all-electric garbage truck in the U.S., the first all-electric school bus in the U.S. We have over 150 million road miles of experience, and so that's we think it's very good that Tesla is saying that energy storage is very relevant and is a market that's going to grow.
Peter Thomas from FIAM, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
I'll be right back with a rundown of energy headlines from around the world, so don't go away.